What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Figure It Out of the Basement's Black Series talk show. I'm Nate, joined with Justin.
What's up, guys?
And today we have an absolute metric load of news to discuss with you.
Truth.
We are going to be recapping the recent Imperial March Hasbro fan stream and also going over the Imperial March Thursday reveals that happened one day after the stream.
It's like, just put it in the stream. We've said that so many times now, but they always do this thing where they do more reveals after the fan stream.
Yeah.
And we also have new Black Series packaging
yes, very
that
true.
we'll talk about. So hit like, subscribe if you are new. This is going to be a jam-packed episode. So just kick back, pour a cup of coffee, and let's jump into it, Nate, with the first thing on the list, which is new Black Series packaging that they showed off by showing the packaging for the Mandalorian Night Owl, the female one.
Yeah, so we got a look at the packaging, and it is in line with some other Hasbro lines that they've already made the switch over. I believe G.I. Joe was the first one, and Marvel Legends is making its way to the new packaging. I think that Wolverine and Spider-Man 2-pack that's coming soon is in the new packaging.
Okay.
But it's all streamlined. It all looks similar. It's a square box. The window is a lot larger. Specifically for Black Series. The number's still there. The mural is still there.
Yeah.
We get an interesting backdrop now that's going to match the color scheme.
Which I am a fan of that.
Yeah, that is cool.
Better than the kind of dull gray that was the background. The name of the figure / character is on the spine, and it's like kind of backwards. Well, not the spine actually, but on the side, and it goes like up. So it's like kind of hard to read, but we also don't care.
Yeah, I mean, we're openers at the end of the day, so like I saw the new packaging and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool.
This is definitely streamlined as a cost-cutting measure.
Of course.
It's a simpler design, and then when they, streamline it with all their other collector lines, pretty much confirms it's a cost-cutting measure. And this was previously rumored as well, so that came true. Hopefully the price increase rumor doesn't come true. And it looks like it's not at the moment.
Yeah, at least for now.
Yeah, so for now, we just have the new packaging design. Nate and I, completely indifferent. We're openers, but it does look slick.
Yep. And I would just say I'm actually a fan of them ditching the angle strictly for storage purposes. Not that I keep many boxes these days, but the ones I do keep, it's always annoying because, every other action figure box you have is square.
Yeah.
And then you're trying to fit the Black Series box in there and it's got that angle. So
it's a good point.
I'm actually a fan of the ditched angle. Get it out of here. Now, Justin, we also had a fan stream this week, and we got a whole wave of figures announced and a really awesome pipeline. Let's run down the Black Series reveals here. We have the first one. It's a new Holocom figure, and it's Darth Maul from the Clone Wars. This is going to be a Target exclusive, $34.99.
Sheesh.
Destined for the clearance aisle.
Destined for clearance. I think we might differ. I think overall, I'm going to be a bit more negative in this video. Maybe. I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll see. But I saw this, and for me, it's an immediate eye roller. The Holocom collection, it's garbage.
Fair enough.
They chose all the wrong characters in that first wave, and the execution, I mean, this isn't the first time we've had translucent plastic figures that are meant to look like a hologram.
Right.
So I'm not, it's not this new thing that they're doing, but to me, when I see these reveals, obviously it's reuse, it's from the Clone Wars. And when I look at this, I just, in my mind, I lump it with Credit Collection and Carbonize when I think of the budget for this could have been used for something cooler. Like, that's exactly how I think about Carbonize and Credit Collection. And unfortunately, that tends to be where I'm headed with Holocom Collection. We have tons and tons of in-universe repaints, if they have to go the reuse route, that they could be doing. And especially with these, I think about the fact that they're doing electronics with this, with the puck and the light and the mold. And I'm like, how much budget are they using on, the big, huge puck light thing? And I'm like, that could have been used towards something cooler.
Right.
So I do like how they at least changed the Arabish.
Yeah, true. It says await the dawn instead of it being a bounty. But I have 2 questions for you.
Okay.
1, do you think this is confirmation we're never going to get the actual hologram characters we want, like Princess Leia, Palpatine, Vader, because this is another figure that has no soft goods?
I think Vader and Palpatine have been rumored. We could probably talk about that more on Sunday.
Yeah, of course.
So just looking at this one, just completely by itself, this was an eye roller for me. How are you feeling on it?
I mean, it's way too expensive. I'm not going to buy it for $34.99, but we know Bo-Katan has gone all the way down to like $13.
Yeah.
And if I see Darth Maul translucent blue plastic for $13, I'll probably snag it then. But otherwise, yeah, I was just like, oh, we're really wasting time in a stream for a holocron figure.
Yeah. This character has at least been a hologram.
That is true, but it's not really the Clone Wars look. I mean, everyone thinks of the Solo appearance or the Phantom Menace appearance.
True.
Like, no one, I mean,
Yeah.
I shouldn't say no one. Me, personally, I don't see Clone Wars Darth Maul as the hologram. I see Phantom Menace or Solo.
I guess because he's like the leader of Crimson Dawn, so like he would, in theory, show up as a hologram. But I mean, come on now. Moving on, we have 5 figures from Acolyte.
These look pretty interesting. It's always nice to see more Jedi, and this is actually the first time we're getting High Republic figures.
True.
So fans of High Republic, rejoice. We're getting a new era of Star Wars to collect on the shelf.
True. So allow me to just list these off real quick because we don't really have, an association between character and character name because the show hasn't come out yet.
Right.
But these include the following. Jedi Master Saul, which is like the main character from Squid Game. Really like that show. I like the actor.
Nice.
Kind of excited to see how that plays out. Padawan Jeki Lon, which is the alien species. I'm not sure what species this is.
And that actress is actually X-23 from Logan.
Okay. I knew I recognized her from somewhere. Jedi Knight Yord Fandar, which this is the one with the incredibly long neck on the figure. Jedi Master Indara, good old Trinity.
Yep, Carrie-Ann Moss.
Yeah. May, parentheses, Assassin, which is some sort of villain character from the show. Nate, all of these figures look good.
They do.
To me.
The soft goods robes kind of look a little wonky. They look a little big. They kind of look a little cumbersome. But I think overall, they all look really nice. Even some of them actually appear to have like a little bit of a wash on the tunic. I don't know if that's shadows or what, but to me, I was like, that almost looks like a little bit of paint.
Yeah. They're all unique sculpts.
Yeah, that's
well.
true. That is very true. I do like that for May the Assassin, they included a little cloak, a removable face piece.
Okay.
Which is pretty cool. But ultimately, I think we're both on the same page here where, we haven't seen the show.
Yeah, we have one small problem with these reveals.
Yeah.
And that is I have zero attachment or knowledge or any sort of emotional connection to any of these characters, and therefore I sleep for the moment.
Yep.
I pass on everything because, and this is where maybe some ideology would conflict with Out of the Basements compared to some other people in the community, is that we are not fans of getting figures before a film or show. I would much rather wait and see if I enjoy the show or movie, because why would I want to spend money on figures of characters that I don't like from a show or movie I don't like, and B, when they have figures this early ready to go, which there were strikes, so I'm sure they were able to look and see and then, that's probably why they have these figures ready to go. But when we have figures this early from a new show or movie, it frequently yields a higher chance of an inaccurate figure. So that's just like the other reason why I don't really like getting figures so early. And I've never understood the concept of, as an adult, like through the lens of a child. Like when you go to Target and you see the big like Jurassic World standee and it's all the Jurassic Park figures because the new Jurassic World movie's coming out. And it's like, mom, over there, can I go look at the toys? Like, I get that. But Black Series is an adult collectible line. It always has been. Right. In 2013, they marketed it as an adult collectible line. And especially now, I mean, no kid out there is spending their own money on $30, $25 action figures. As an adult, I never understood, like, I need the figures with the show.
Yep.
Like, do you play with them?
Yeah.
Like, what?
I don't know. And, like, the one that sticks out to me is specifically May. Because she comes with throwing knives. I'm like, I feel like she's probably using some different weaponry in the show, and for whatever reason maybe they're just not going to include it, or maybe she has a lightsaber and they're trying to hide that or something.
Right. So on the one hand, that's just where I fall on getting Acolyte figures before the show is even out. It was like the trailer came out and then the day after we have figs. People passionately disagree with me on that. Like, from a marketing standpoint and synergy, it makes sense to have the figures, but just as an adult collector, I don't need the figures with the show or before the show. And I have no emotional attachment, so I'm not buying any of these until after we see the show.
Yeah.
And their main line, they're going to be cake to get.
Right. I think the only one I'm going to pick up is Indara. Okay. And that's simply because it's Carrie-Anne Moss as a Jedi.
Fair.
That's literally it. And literally there's a promo picture. They put her in the Trinity pose. They knew exactly what they were doing.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, you got me with that one. You got me.
Every character has a different color lightsaber, which is cool to see. Even though they're all different sculpts, they all look like they're on the same team. It's very, they got that synergy going at this point, 100 years before Phantom Menace. They all got the drip down. Yep. Basically uniform style, the yellow. I was gonna say it looked a little bright, kind of like how we saw, Black Series has been doing some cartoonishly bright, designs on their figures, but it's pretty yellow in the trailer too.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe I'll hold off on that critique.
I was gonna say, it seems like in the High Republic, just the colors of their robes were a lot brighter, vibrant, stuff like that. Like when you look at any of the art or, the official art for anything, they're typically all in very bright colored robes. So I think it makes sense. But yeah, I agree. All the figures, they look good, but until I see the show, I'm not going to pre-order any of these. They're going to be mainline, like you said, $24.99, and they're already up for pre-order now. So if you want to pre-order them, go ahead.
Yeah. And $24.99. So luckily that price increase rumor is not true as of yet. Might be true in the future, but at least not for this year, it seems.
Yeah.
So, yeah, passing on all these. And then the only other Black Series thing they showed off on the fan stream was the Moff Gideon roleplay helmet. And Nate, I'll just come out and say it. I do not think it looked good at all.
Yeah, I know they showed a prototype on the stream.
And they said it was a prototype.
Right, but even then I was like, oh boy, this doesn't look promising.
Yeah, and even the render, like something about the shaping of the sculpt or the proportions or something, it just doesn't look like when Moff Gideon had it on.
I do think it's kind of neat that there is a light up feature for the visor. I'm curious to see how that's going to work.
But the visor's transparent.
Right.
I'm like, oh.
But I mean, if they're like kind of going for like, like the lit up T visor that we see on like the Republic Commandos or something like that. Like, I'm like, okay, that's a neat little feature. But it is $99.99.
It's kind of cheap.
Yeah. For some reason. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't have the voice changer element in it, so they switched that out for like the light up. So that's, I bet that's probably like a little bit of the cost saving. But
I could see that.
Yeah, odd to see that it's only $99, and it's coming out the spring of 2025, which actually probably means October, November this year.
Who knows? I think it's a pass for both of us.
Oh, for sure.
The fully transparent visor really caught me off guard. Like when Chris put it on, you could just see his eyes. Usually the Black Series helmets have some sort of shading to it, little tint, so you don't immediately see their eyes. And then, yeah, I just thought the shaping of it just looked off. Because usually the Black Series helmets, you know, obviously I'm not expecting like $1,000 quality. These are only $1 to $130, but they have like a certain like on-screen accuracy that I look forward to for the most part. And this one just felt off.
Yeah. All I could think about when they were showing this helmet was, that's great. Give me the figure version. We also did get a huge W pipeline from this stream.
Very true.
The pipeline, easily the best part, which is a little unfortunate to say because it's like,
of course,
it's just the pipeline.
Of course.
We got some heavy hitters coming to the Black Series. So revealed in the pipeline, we have Dedra Miro from Andor. I'm so stoked. I can't wait for this figure. Such a cool character.
Yep.
Easily one of the most wanted from Andor outside of what we already have.
That's a cop. That's a cop.
That's a day one. We have the Imperial Armored Commando.
Finally. That's a cop.
That is a cop. What's up, SH Figure Arts? Just kidding. The SH Figure Arts version is never coming out. So don't even comment. Oh, I'm just going to wait for the SHF version. It was display only. We have Ahsoka the White. Suspiciously, you pointed this out, Justin, but the specific picture they used, she does not have the robe on. So everyone, we're all going to grip our chairs and brace for impact.
Please no.
Because we're probably not getting the robe with Ahsoka the White.
I feel like they went out of their way to pick a photo where she conveniently wasn't wearing the white cloak, and just knowing what we know with Ahsoka figures, and we'll get to it later, but Balin's skull figure, I'm like, oh my gosh, are they really going to do Ahsoka the White with no white cloak? But then, as a pick-me-up, we got Captain Enoch and Night Trooper 2-pack. Walmart exclusive, Nate. What are we thinking here?
I saw a lot of people, obviously upset about the Walmart exclusive, but here's the thing. We say this all the time. Walmart exclusives are painfully easy to get these days. Almost every single one of them, you might have to wait a couple months, but it will come back into stock. I have seen Jessie 5s multiple times in stock for retail price. So I personally am not sweating this being an exclusive at all. I think it's going to be super easy to pick up on Walmart.com. I'm just going to go click, click.
Yeah. How do you feel about it's a named character with a trooper?
So I know last week I kind of went on a tangent about the TVC release. With this being just a 2-pack, I have to agree with what Robo said in his video, where basically all the night troopers are different, right? They have different ribbons, different helmets, different stuff like that. So I feel like on a technicality, this is kind of not an army builder pack.
It's like a one and done.
Yeah, because you don't want the same night trooper.
Right, you would want the different design.
You want the one with, the gray on the helmet, or the ribbons are on the different limbs.
So maybe like a mainline one will come out and it'll be like a slightly different.
Which Yakface did say that there was going to be, other opportunities to get night troopers. So, we'll have to see, but yeah. I definitely think there'll probably be a mainline version. There'll probably be a mainline version of Captain Enoch, too.
Yeah, I'm not sweating it. Just a one-and-done 2-pack. And then a very interesting pipeline of Yoda and Commander Gree, inspired from some comic book. I'll show you the picture here. But it is a realistic interpretation with a council chair. So just to explain this real quick, it's not Commander Gree camouflage.
Yes.
It is specifically his Phase 2 normal look. The 41st Elite Corps only had the camo drip because they were going to Kashyyyk.
Yeah.
Under normal circumstances, it's like a green...
Yeah, it's
like a more traditional green
just
color scheme for a clone trooper with the stripes and just the markings. So it's going to be like a Phase 2 regular Commander Gree, not the drip camouflage. Which, why not just make it a Kashyyyk Revenge of the Sith?
Because it's definitive. Because the Gree that was released is already definitive, Justin.
The theory lives. Zoo Boy.
The theory's back.
But, and is this going to be a prequel Yoda with the new sculpt? Especially if it's going to come with a Jedi Council chair?
Yeah, so I'm very curious about this because Eric said very briefly that it is inspired by the comics, but it's going to be realistic interpretation.
Yeah, and then he kind of wanted to go a little further with explaining it, but I think the PR marketing, like, something kicked in with Jing, and we're like, we're not supposed to be talking about this. So I think she kind of cut him off, but it's like, she probably had to do that because, I mean, I wish they could. I mean, what else are the fan streams for, and why else have the design team on if you're going to cut them off when they want to talk about the design? But whatever. So I'm very interested in this 2-pack.
Yeah, and I'm very curious to see how the council chair is going to work because the SH Figure Arts one is very intricate. You know, you got an alternate robe. You have to stick Yoda's legs down into the chair. And I'm just like, I'm wondering how Black Series is going to pull it off. I hope they do something similar because obviously if they just leave it as a flat chair, there's no way in hell Yoda is going to look right sitting in it. Because obviously he always kind of has his legs folded when he's in the council chair. And if the figure can't do that, I think we're going to have issues.
We're definitely going to have issues. So I hope this is a new sculpt for Yoda. Fingers crossed. I'm praying.
And I'll just say you're welcome because the only reason this exists is because I recently bought the SH Figure Arts version. So, of course, they would announce that there's going to be a Black Series one right around the corner, which it's fine with me. I just don't see the Black Series version being executed as well as the SH Figure Arts one. So I'm still very happy with the SHF version.
Right. Yeah, so that was the Imperial March fan stream. But thankfully, we couldn't film on Tuesday because it was Lucy and I's 7-year anniversary. And then Wednesday, you and I had some scheduling conflicts. So we literally pushed this off to today, Thursday. I'm going to be burning the midnight oil to get this out to you guys on Friday. But welcome to a bonus episode of Figure It Out within an episode of Figure It Out because more stuff came out today, Thursday, that we're recording. I guess for Imperial March, because it's a Thursday event, so it's like it just so happened to be the day after the fan stream, so there's like more reveals.
Yeah, let's just jump into it because these are kind of nightmare reveals, if you ask me.
They are so confusing.
So we originally reported a few weeks ago that there was going to be a Black Series Villain 5-pack. It turns out it's not actually a 5-pack, but it is a 3-pack.
Yes.
The figures included are going to be Grand Admiral Thrawn, which is the Lars Mikkelsen likeness, but he comes with Salamiri now. And Salamiri looks like a different sculpt.
Yeah.
So we're living in a world where we have 2 Black Series Salamiris. The second figure is Empire Strikes Back Darth Vader. Now, these two make perfect sense, you know, bad guy.
Sure.
The third one, massive head scratcher. It's General Grievous, but specifically called concept art. Or anyone with eyeballs can see it's a repack of the Tartakovsky Clone Wars 2D General Grievous.
There are just, like you were saying, nightmare when things like just make no sense because it's a dream, like a fever dream. That's exactly what this reveal seems like, because it's not something that is like pissing me off, but it's more so confusion. It's like the orb of confusion is turned on with this reveal right now, because like you said, it's almost like every figure in this pack has some confusing element to it. Lars Mikkelsen Thrawn, sure, in universe canon live action Black Series figure, makes perfect sense for Thrawn. But then Salamiri, that's like the wild card. Then we got Empire Strikes Back Vader, which I'm like, yeah, cool, fine. We have better versions of Vader though.
True.
That could be in this set. And then Grievous. I was just assuming 2D Clone Wars, but I'm like, Thrawn and Vader and then 2D Clone Wars?
Right.
Grievous, and then on the Amazon description it says concept art. So if your original intention was concept art, like the Kenobi and Vader pack of the Ralph McQuarrie, like if this is supposed to be a concept art figure, why would you put this in like a Masters of Evil?
Yeah, it would make so much
pack?
more sense for it to just be a repack of the Revenge of the Sith version of Grievous.
Yes.
That would make sense. I would literally have nothing to say other than this is obvious casual bait for your mom, dad, collector looking to just get into the line, just
Christmas.
looking to pick stuff up, and they're like, wow, 3 villains for in one pack, like great. But the General Grievous just threw me off. Like I was like, what are you guys thinking? Like it would make sense if Vader was concept art and Thrawn was concept art, but you have live action appearance, 2D Clone Wars.
Right. This one is an Amazon exclusive, and it is $79.99. It already went up, so I mean $80. You know, they're still counting Grievous as deluxe.
Yeah. If you want it, cool, pick it up. But we are
Packaging looks great.
True, I do like the packaging, but we are passing on this set for sure.
And we do know for a fact that is not Gregory Titus artwork for Thrawn.
True.
So
suspicious.
A little copycat going on here at Hasbro. It's probably AI.
Probably is AI. Too bad there's no hands in the picture
so
to give it away.
But for the Thursday reveals, the surprise Thursday reveals that we weren't expecting, they just kept coming because we have one more. And this is where I think we're going to get really negative this episode.
This made my blood boil, not going to lie.
This one just is so annoying because you just know the nature of corporations and business and like money making and squeezing every last drop out of the consumer base. And this is Balin's Skull parentheses mercenary because it's a different look of the character. He now has a soft goods cloak. This is a repack of Balin with a soft goods cloak. Just a few months after Balin's Skull, the mainline release came out famously without a cloak. And now a couple months later, we have a repack that comes with a cloak. And with what we know, Nate, about how long it takes to produce these figures, how long it takes to make these figures, how long of a time span they're working with, they knew exactly what they were doing when they released a Balin Skull without the cloak, only to reveal a Balin Skull with the cloak a couple of months later. And this is just like scumbag status.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, honestly.
It is extremely scummy because basically you're showing your hardcore fan base that buying figures early and buying them as soon as they come out is a bad idea because now everyone is going to be second guessing every single figure that comes out going, well, maybe if I wait a few months, they're going to release the version with the robe or with the right accessories or this or that.
Because usually that doesn't happen. Usually it's
rare.
A one and done. And I know they did this with Ahsoka.
But that was in a 3-pack.
Right. I was going to say, that one just feels different because it was in a multi-pack. So that, you know, whatever. It just felt different. The vibe was different. This is just a single repack. No, they're not fixing the legs. I saw some people saying that.
Most of us collectors already have Balin, so the market for this figure is already cut in half. You know, because I'm not double dipping for a robe.
No, that's the thing, Hasbro. You think you're going to get us on this one? I'm not biting.
Yeah.
That's a hard no from me on this Balin. And yeah, like I said, it's going to be a repack, so the height issue is not going to be fixed.
Yep.
It's just a repack
Yep.
with a soft goods cloak, and that is just so annoying.
Yeah, it really is. It stings. It stings because I would have rather waited and just got this version. I still would have bought it, but now I'm not going to buy this one because I already spent money on Balin. I already have that figure.
Right. It's like you're not. No.
There's no real way to spin this other than we knew this was coming, but we didn't want to tell you, so you'd buy the figure, and now we're hoping you buy the figure again.
Right. And usually I mean, you guys know us.
Right.
Shills, big shills. Usually.
Buy it all.
Yeah. Usually, I am not surprised when a corporation does corporate things in capitalist society. It's business. They want to squeeze every last drop, every last cent out of the consumers. Corporations, this should not come as a surprise, but they are not your friend. They just want your money. However, even though I shouldn't be surprised by this, it still, like, stings.
Yeah, well, this is...
And is just pathetic.
Yeah,
like... I'm trying to, like, find words to describe it. Scumbag status.
Yeah.
And just pathetic.
Yep. Like I said, I can't stress enough how much this hurts your hardcore, dedicated fan base. You know, that we go out, we buy these figures as soon as they come out because we want to support the line. And then you just kind of turn around and spit on us and offer the figure we truly wanted only a few short months later. Now, if it was like years from now and this happened, I would be like, okay.
But since they're so close together, and with what we know about how long it takes them to make these, you know, like, essentially confirms that
they knew damn well what they were doing.
Yeah.
And they chose to screw over us as consumers. So, frankly, I'm not buying this one, and I will personally say I don't think you should purchase this one either.
Unless you didn't have Balin.
Yeah.
Like, if you passed on the original Balin and
you're in luck.
I'm waiting for a soft goods cloak. I guess
in luck.
You're literally getting your wish. So if you don't have it, sure, fine, whatever. It's still going to have those height issues. This one is a Walmart exclusive coming at a later date, and Yakface did hint that Shin Hati will get a similar treatment. So, just great.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys are finally waking up.
Yeah, cue all the comments of like, gee, the Out of the Basement guys are finally waking up. No, this is one particular instance of shitty business practices where typically this kind of thing does not happen in the Black Series. Like we said, there's really only one other example, and it's Ahsoka, and it was mixed into a 3-pack.
Yeah. So what we mean by that is upgrades that come like right after.
Yeah.
Not like years and years and years later.
Of course. Yeah. Just the timing of this, awful. They should have just delayed it. They should have been like, guys, this is going to be a nightmare if we reveal this.
It's way too obvious.
Right.
It's way too obvious.
Yep. It's painful and it sucks. And I personally think that if you have the first Balin figure, we all need to vote on our wallets with this one. Vote with our wallets and send them a message that, you know, this is not something that we want. If the Black Series is supposed to be definitive figures, then Balin should have came with his robe the first time.
Now, Nate, are you pre-ordering anything from the stream and the reveals and this and that and everything that's come out here?
No, I don't think I'm going to pre-order anything. Like I said, I'm definitely going to get Carrie-Ann Moss, you know, Jedi Master and Dara. But I don't need to pre-order it. It's mainline. I'm going to find it.
Yep. I don't want to make it seem like I'm hating on the Acolyte figures, because I might pick those up if I like the show.
Yeah.
But I do just want to say it's wild that there's nothing for me out of, like, I'm looking at our show notes and I'm like, wow, there's nothing for me.
The pipeline.
Except for the pipeline. I do really like the pipeline. But it's crazy that we were defending the stream that just had 2 Black Series reveals last time. And like I much more prefer that stream that just had the clone and the Droideka.
Right.
Meanwhile, we get all these reveals and I'm just like, man. None of these are for me, but if they are for you, let us know which reveal was your favorite out of all of these. And did you guys pre-order anything? Let us know.
And with that being said, that's all we have for you on this week's episode of Figure It Out. Hopefully you enjoyed it. This was a super long one. Justin, I appreciate you in the future editing this video all night long.
Yeah, we literally had to press record again because the DSLR shuts off after 30 minutes.
So
we had to press record again for this one.
Double slap a like, triple slap a like.
Slap it.
Make sure you comment and let Justin know you appreciate his hard work staying up super late to edit this video, because my boy's going to be up and he's got to go to work tomorrow.
Got my Folgers, got my creamer going.
Yep. You're going to have a late night, but
I have my Black Series Cantina mug.
I appreciate you staying up so late to edit this video.
I'm a night owl, so it won't be that bad.
But Either way, we hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're new. We're always talking about Star Wars, the Black Series here on the channel. And if you are in a position to help support the channel directly, we do also offer a couple different channel membership tiers. Definitely check those out in the description down below. And of course, join that Discord. It is the best place to get connected with the community. Lots of positive, like-minded collectors, and it's about action figures in general. Like pretty much anything on the Discord, really.
Yeah, we're dope. So join us.
Yep, that one's free and also in the description. So check it out. And if you can't support us directly, no worries there. Simply watching and liking is more than enough for us. But we do have to give a special shout out and thank you to all of our current channel members. Your continued support is truly appreciated. And of course, thank you to everyone else out there for watching. I'm Nate. I've been joined with Justin.
See you guys later.
And we will see you all next time on Out of the Basement.
Justin needs to stop rubbing his hands together.